Welcome to Musty Millennials. Today, we're cracking open your kitchen cabinet of yesteryear and dusting off the relics that promised a better body in just 7 days or less. Maybe you were chugging SlimFast like it was gourmet, or swearing off carbs faster than you could say Atkins approved. Perhaps you stocked your pantry with Snackwell's cookies, were counting points with Weight Watchers, or just going full caveman. No matter what your go-to diet trend was, it's time to toast to nutritional science that was mostly vibes. Speaking of toast and vibes, let's send it over to our hosts, who most likely tried all of the diets that we'll discuss today. Here they are, Gina and Kyle.
Ooh.
Those were good.
Yeah.
You got more than I got.
He always does. And it
really annoying.
It makes me doubt myself.
It's also annoying when they're good ones.
I know.
Like if it's one that's a little obscure, I'm like, okay, whatever.
Fine,
He
you
was
can
reaching.
have it.
Best producer in the game, baby.
There was one you said, well, the Snackwells, which we did talk on another episode,
Yeah.
so we don't have to go back to that well. But
Nice.
what was the other? Oh, you like that? That wasn't on purpose. What?
I didn't think it was.
I missed it. Wait, did you notice that we were wondering if Brittany was a Jenny Craig spokesman?
That was Jessica Simpson, wasn't it?
Cartwright?
Yeah. She is, because Jax was just selling
No,
the
I know.
bags.
And don't you remember there was a big controversy?
But didn't we look up that Jenny Craig doesn't exist anymore? So how could that be?
Well, it was like within the past 2 years. It was right after Brittany had Cruise that she did the Jenny Craig thing.
Oh, okay.
And so he would be selling her merch on eBay, honestly, because it's extinct.
Oh, that's
It might
true.
actually be, I mean, it's $30, but I think we did read that it
like
ended.
a relic.
Yeah.
I guess before we get into it, should we feel old?
Yes.
Okay, you go first.
Okay, your kids just gave me one, and Brandon was kind of there for it. But
Tell me.
Charlotte, we were watching Sonic 2, which is garbage, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, I want water. You or Daddy have to go get it for me. And I was like, you can pause it. And she was like, no. And then Brandon like walked away, and she was like, and I was like, we couldn't pause things back in the day. We just had to like risk it all. Mm-hmm. And she turns to me and she was like, why couldn't you pause it? And I was
a great
like,
question.
I was like, because we just didn't have the technology. And she was like, I don't
understand.
I don't understand what you mean.
Oh,
and I was
my
like, we
God.
couldn't like pause television always. If we were watching a movie, like if it was on TV, we couldn't pause it. And she was like, I don't get what you're saying.
Like, it's
basically.
so
Like,
outlandish.
It was so hard for her to process, and she just gave up. She was like, okay, I'm going to pause it and go get my water.
How
is
many
what she,
times is
I
that
did
gonna
win
happen? That's what's like the equivalent of something that would have been like that for us as kids.
We
Like
did have commercials.
a phone not on a wire.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
we must have had conversations that were like that, but about things that felt that way for our parents.
TV. When we were kids, we had remote controls. Back in the day, you had to go up and switch the knobs
Yes.
on the physical TV.
I mean, how long ago back in the day?
Our parents.
No.
They didn't have remotes in the 70s.
Something actually came up recently where my dad said something, and I can't remember what it was. I wish I could, but it like was something that we have that's so normal now that was invented in his lifetime. And I was like, whoa, you just aged yourself.
That is
Like the
crazy.
buffalo wing was not
A thing.
a thing until they were like in their 20s.
Wait, what?
Isn't that crazy? Like it was invented during their lifetime. There's like certain things. Gatorade was invented in their lifetime. Like there's just certain things where I'm like, holy shit, it's not old enough to have not existed always for you.
That is a podcast episode we should do. Things that were invented in a millennial's generation.
The
Yes.
internet.
The
Yeah,
internet.
we have a lot like cell phones,
Yeah,
computers.
so maybe
like-
actually that won't be fun.
Yeah.
I guess it's only
Ours-
fun.
Well, you know what we could do? We could do a top 10.
Yeah,
like
we could.
importance.
Like Holiday Jolly or whatever.
Yeah, that episode did poorly, though, so maybe not.
You can keep the producer commentary, particularly when it's negative.
Seriously,
To yourself.
To yourself.
Okay, so mine's a little different.
Okay.
You called me out either last episode or the episode before about watching The Voice on my phone.
Yes.
The Voice started when we were in college.
Yeah.
And I remember watching it.
Yeah. In our house.
In our house in college,
Yeah.
505. I watched it after we graduated.
Same.
And so, like, I don't feel like I was gone from it for that long. And I was watching something on Peacock, and you know how, like, sometimes it rolls into something that you're not watching?
Yeah.
And so it, like, put The Voice on. So I wasn't seeking it, but I'm like, damn.
Yeah, because that would be weird for you to seek it out.
Right.
That's why I
was
couldn't understand
you couldn't
why
fathom
you
why
got
I was in.
back to
But
it.
then I, like, you know, got attached to some of the peeps. So I'm like,
Right.
I'm going to follow along. So anyway, the first episode, Adam's like, I'm back. And I'm like, when did you ever go? Because last time I stopped watching it,
You were
he was
still
on.
on it, yeah.
He was gone for 10 fucking seasons. They must do it twice a year. 'Cause
They
it's
have
the
to.
only way that makes sense.
You
Well,
have to.
see, the fact that we can't even be certain that it was 5 or 10 years means that we're old enough that that's possible. You know what I'm saying?
I'm in my head doing so much math.
So I think that it's 2 a year, and I think I haven't watched it for 5 years. But still, that's crazy because I feel like I was just watching it. But where did those 5 years go?
Because when we were in college watching it, it would have been the fall of 2010, which is 15 years ago.
So I could have watched it for 5 years after college, or I could have watched it for 10. Nobody knows.
Yeah.
Okay. What made you feel old?
I wanted a few things for Father's Day. 1, sleep in. 2, not have to clean a single dish or scrub a single pan. 3, watch the U.S. Open. And 4, the most important one, like an hour to 2 hours to just pressure wash the deck. Just wanted to finish the steps. Been doing everything. Just wanted to finish the steps. And realizing that those are my things for Father's Day, especially with power washing, is made me
Power
feel
washing
old.
is so crazy that's
But
something
it's like,
that you must do.
Right.
Well, first of all, you saw the steps right now to the deck.
First of
The
all, let's
color
start.
difference is night and day.
So first he was mad that I came home and didn't even notice he pressure washed the deck.
I've spent like 3 hours, 3 different days to get to the point where I'm at. I just got to do the steps and we're done.
Well,
Yeah.
but he's working so hard at it. I didn't notice.
I
So it
wouldn't
couldn't
notice
be.
either.
I would just never look. And also it can't be that stark.
Or if I do notice, it's like 4 days later.
Well,
And I'm
then
like, hey, shit, that looks
he was
good.
like putting it in my face because that was what would happen with me.
Right.
And I was like, oh, cool. Looks great. He's like, no, you have to see like how different. Come look at the stairs. I'm like, well, I don't want to go outside.
Is that why you just went outside just now?
Yeah, it was so
Oh,
annoying.
I was like, are they going? Is there an animal? Like, I got worried.
No, he wanted to show me his work, like a little kid that painted a portrait,
Nice.
and is like, "Mommy, look at
But
my
instead
work."
of sticking this on the fridge, we're sticking it on the back of our
There
house.
you go. And he has been complaining about how sore he is from pressure washing.
I can't.
Like, for the last 3 days.
You're hunched to get those.
Oh, and then he got stung by bees.
Oh my god!
I mean, the guy has had
He's been through a
rough
war.
couple days to get.
So I sent our group chat. I sent the picture of me in
Yes.
the goggles and
and
the
I was
hood.
like, what is he doing?
yeah, I had
Being
gloves on
psycho.
because when I was out there on day 1 pressure washing, I slid we have a nice big like sun umbrella that goes over the table, and I was sliding that out of the way. And when I was sliding it out of the way, 20 bees came
God.
zipping out. And I was like, oh my god! They got me in the hand, the arm. I was getting like dinged up. So then
Imagine that was one of the kids.
Yeah, well, I'm glad I did that.
That would be bad.
So
Thank
then
God it was
So
him.
then I went out in
Or
the
even me.
getup of the picture. I said, yeah, right.
Forget the kids.
First, the
Me.
women and children.
Yes.
Put them in the safety
Yes,
boat.
Yes, exactly.
Took down the big nest, and it was like the size of a softball. It was huge.
Well, the picture also didn't do it justice. It looked really tiny in the photo you sent us.
Oh, yeah, it did.
So I was like, oh, he's all geared up for that.
Well,
It looks like a dead nest.
yeah.
So I didn't really, you didn't give us enough details for me to have any
I
sort
had
of.
to
shot
hose it
Raid
down
from
with
like
Raid.
a mile away because Raid can go so far, and he just beat the shit out of it with Raid.
Yep.
Wow. So you're
Dad life.
a bee killer, a deck power washer. Mm-hmm. What can't you do?
I didn't really kill all the bees. I just made them homeless.
Okay, so we're doing diet fads, and there's so many. We'll never talk about all of them. So I
know.
think we just stick to quick hits about a few of these, and then we can talk about if we did them and our experiences
Okay.
and what we remember. And then there's a couple we probably can just like honorable mention and not go super deep.
Yes.
And
And there's one I told you that I listened to a podcast about recently that I like remember hearing
Which one was
about.
it again?
The alkaline diet.
The alkaline.
And
Okay,
it turned
I
into
didn't
like
do that one, I
culty. Like
forgot.
some of the diet trends and fads got really extreme. But this one, I think, like you see alkaline water. I just didn't realize it was such a
I don't know what it is.
thing. You have to like keep your alkaline balance basically, which is like you eat like certain alkaline foods like avocados, tomatoes, cucumbers.
Mm-hmm.
But then you would go to this special guy to be like on the alkaline diet. And
Dr.
people were,
Alkaline?
like, something like that. And he like would basically like kill people because they were all like ill cancer patients. And he's like, I can fix you with the alkaline diet. Like that's what'll solve your problems.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it was like wild. And at some point it was very popular with like celebrities. Like Kate Hudson did it. Like all of these famous people at the turn, like the early 2000s.
Okay, that's allowed.
But my takeaways were,
That was pretty good though.
that's fucked up.
That was a lot of facts.
Yeah.
You had a lot.
And
in
I
there.
do drink like smart alkaline water sometimes.
Do we want alkaline?
I mean, this Dr. Alkaline thinks so.
Yeah, but you said he's a
He's a
freak.
fraud. Yeah. But I don't know why it's still like.
So why are
sticks
you
on.
drinking the alkaline?
I don't know. It's like there is some element of like your pH
Says who?
mattering. I
Oh,
don't-
pH.
Like science or
Yeah, that's
something. I
fair.
don't fucking
Yeah,
know.
sorry.
Isn't there alkaline in batteries?
Could be.
And yeah, I don't know.
See?
There's a lot to dig
Is it
into.
a different type of alkaline?
And this is like not my forte, science nor
We're going down a
medical.
down a path that we can't come back
Anyway,
from.
it's a
So let's
wild
get back-
fucking podcast, so look it up.
What's it called?
I don't know. Just
Wait. If you're going to endorse it, know the name.
Google
Okay.
alkaline diet and you'll
All right,
find it.
fine. What's the biggest one you remember? Because I bet it's this one. The one I'm starting with.
SlimFast?
Oh, no.
Atkins? Oh, yeah,
Atkins.
Atkins.
I felt like Atkins hit hard and for kind of a while.
Yes. Do you have like the timelines?
Yeah, so this was in the 2000s, but wait.
Because I feel like SlimFast was first.
Jenny Craig had to be
SlimFast
first.
is 90s to 2000s. There was the like fat-free craze, like low fat. Everything was labeled fat-free.
Yes.
You remember that?
Everything
that
was
was the 90s.
fat-free.
Cabbage soup is another one, but that was 80s and 90s. So that was like before us. So I
Yeah.
didn't really go deep on that one. And then South Beach was the 2000s.
Yeah, my mom has the South Beach book still.
So do I somewhere. So anyway, there's a lot of them. I started with Atkins though because I just feel like it like lives on in infamy.
Yeah.
It's actually, I'm pretty sure, kind of like the keto diet.
And doesn't
because-
Rob Lowe still have Atkins commercials?
He looks great.
Does he?
I
He
think
does
so.
look great.
And Atkins was like, the argument when Atkins first started was like, everyone's like, you can eat as much bacon as you want and you lose weight. And it's like, that's not really what it is. And then they came out with all of their like lines of food, which they all end up doing because
Yes,
it becomes so
yes.
lucrative. But like all you eat is protein, right?
Kind of. But this is the funniest part. It was proposed by a cardiologist. Now remember this key fact.
That's ironic.
Okay, right. Because it increased your risk of heart disease because of how much fucking meat you were
Exactly.
eating. So basically, you know what? It was proposed in 72. This is what this says. But it exploded in popularity in the early 2000s, becoming, it was a book, one of the best-selling diet books ever. Basically, you just like have almost no carbs. It's like 20 grams of carbs a day, but you can have unlimited protein and fat, which is meant to trigger ketosis, which is why I thought maybe this is kind of like keto, which I didn't do and I don't really know the details. But the issue is it was criticized because it was like unscientific and dangerous.
Yeah.
And dietitians were speaking out. And part of the controversy was that all the high saturated fat increased heart disease.
100%.
But it was invented by a cardiologist. Clearly, he was not good at his job.
No, definitely not.
So,
Don't see him if you have a heart attack.
but why
Speaking
did
of
it
frauds.
last for so long?
Because people probably lost weight.
Yeah,
They
there
were
is an
all just
element
having
of
heart
it that
attacks.
like you
No,
probably
carbs
could
are
lose.
bad.
Yeah.
Carbs are the enemy.
And like if you do it properly in like a balanced way, where I think a lot of people were taking it to the extreme and being like, "Oh, I can eat fucking steaks and
Red
bacon
meat
and
till-
burgers,
yeah, my heart
and then like
explodes out of
nothing
my
else."
chest.
Whereas like if you just also include, you have to eat like fruits and vegetables too. Like that was like a key part of it that I think a lot of people just overlooked.
That's fair. Everyone always takes these kinds of things to the ultimate extreme.
Yes, because we're stupid.
Of course we are.
Yeah.
Well, Atkins Nutritionals, which I guess is the parent company, eventually went bankrupt. There's modern versions, which I didn't know. It's called Atkins 2040-100, which incorporates more veggies. That's to your point.
Yeah.
Lean fats and lower saturated fat. So they give you
More guidelines.
rules.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because like to your point, people were taking it for face value and going to extreme levels.
Right.
Though less mainstream, it did pave the way for keto. That is what I was saying. And other
Yes.
low carb approaches. So keto is like a more informed current version.
Yeah, and same with like paleo. Isn't that like kind of the same vibe?
Paleo's the caveman diet.
diet.
Yeah.
We'll get to that. We did that one. Honestly, I
But
lost
that was
so
less
much
carbs
weight.
too
I
because
lost
was, like,
weight,
no
but I thought I was
carbs.
going to die.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were like lightheaded, like falling down. It was really bad. That was the only one we embarked
But
on
I
together.
got down to the lowest I'd been since like before college.
Yeah, because you were like not eating any calories.
Mm-hmm.
Should we do South Beach diet next?
my mom did that one.
Okay, I did it too.
I remember
literally did them
participating
all.
with her.
I remember it, but I don't remember what it was about.
So this is by another cardiologist. What's up with fucking cardiologists?
I don't know.
I guess like
Well, losing weight helps your heart.
it does, but like, are they really the experts? Like, what about a nutritionist?
Yeah,
Like, we're talking diet.
totally.
Anyway, this was developed in the mid 90s by cardiologist Arthur Agustin. Whatever. His first book, so I guess it's more than one book, soared in 2003. Classifies carbs and fats as good or bad. So basically you like learn what's good and bad in each category.
Yes.
So it's like a different slice on it with a phased plan promoting lean proteins, fiber, and healthy fats, which that makes sense.
Yes.
Any controversies revolved around the initial phase being criticized for nutrient deficiencies and side effects.
That's what it was. It was phased. That's why you had to get the book to know
what the phases were.
Because you couldn't just like guess on the South Beach. Like it didn't just eliminate certain food things. Like there was a program, and that's what tricked you into buying the whole book. And my mom did.
If they made more than one book, they were like, "Oh, these people are so dumb. Let's just keep them on a journey."
Yes, exactly.
Follow
and like
book
gatekeep
2.
secrets that are just like fucking dumb. But yes, that's what it was. Is because you started bare minimum. It kind of reminds me of what. And it wasn't as extreme as this, but like when I went to like a naturopath nutritionist doctor because of like my arthritic issues.
Yeah.
And they made me eat nothing.
Oh,
like,
and then reintroduce
things.
Yep.
And I was like, I couldn't have caffeine.
Oh.
Like I was eating like
you.
steamed vegetables with nothing on them
Ew.
and like lentils. And my dad was like, let's just go to Vermont. So he drove me to Vermont, and I had such a bad headache because I was like such a caffeine addict.
Yeah.
And he was like, imagine detoxing from heroin.
No.
And I was like, you're not helping.
And also,
I feel horrible right now, but yes, thank you for that reference.
But
to
honestly,
drug addicts.
caffeine is pretty bad.
Well, I had a headache for like 3 days. It was just so annoying. And then I wasn't eating anything else with like sugar or anything else. So I like really did feel like bad.
Yeah.
And then
honestly,
I reintroduced certain things, but it was like I couldn't have eggs. And every day I took something out, and then I had a week of grossness, and then I added everything back in.
Oh my God.
It was like a really long process.
So the evolution, actually, this is another avenue a lot of them go. This guy started to do cookbooks and exercise guides.
Yes.
So then they start to like bolt on every
Yes.
other part of the wellness industry. And that's when you either like ride the wave or you die. Former President Clinton was a follower, still common, but overshadowed by the Mediterranean. Oh, so it still exists.
South
it says
Beach?
it's still common, but overshadowed by the Mediterranean and Whole30 trends.
But also, like, what blows my mind is, as we're going to talk through all of these, they're terribly similar.
They're all the same.
They're all like...
Well, that's what I'm saying. So, okay, there's like categories. There's like no carb. There's like you do the macros at the exact sort of percentages that make sense.
Right.
Or they do things like the South Beach, which is like just know your food groups, do the lean things, eat fiber, and then there are good carbs and bad carbs.
Right.
These are literally the most
No,
common
they're like basic
basics.
things. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's like a bajillionaire because he like wrote
and
it in
they
a book.
sell it to us.
Yeah, and then we're like
packaged
they had a good
differently.
name.
And he's like, you know
Yeah,
what?
South Beach was good.
If you don't want to actually think about good and bad carbs and how to make meals, here's a cookbook.
Here's a cookbook.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
And you know, while you're at it, you're going to get flabby when you lose that weight. So like, here's some exercise ideas.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Once you're on the treadmill, you just start running.
They can monetize everything.
It's over.
That's
it's
what
over.
I mean.
And honestly, I ran on a lot of treadmills. Not literally, just in terms of fad diets. Then there's this like category of meal replacement.
Yep.
So SlimFast is like the biggest one.
Yes.
There was one, I didn't do like the research on it, but do you remember the Special K diet?
Yes.
I did it. And I would always get
yeah.
the strawberry Special K
Yes.
because I was like, oh, it's like a little sweet.
Yeah.
So if I'm only going to eat
Because
this,
they were dried strawberries. They were so much sweeter.
They were so sweet
Yeah.
and almost like tanged you in the back of your mouth.
Yes. Also not healthy.
It was so bad. It was about dropping a jean size in 2 weeks.
Yes, it was. And all you have to do is eat Special K for 2 weeks. I did that.
And honestly, I love Special K.
And I
Did
was...
you guys drop a jean size?
No, definitely
No,
not.
because I was also young enough to be delusional where like I wasn't needing to drop jean sizes.
Also, I definitely had a gluten allergy that I didn't know about. So
nothing was good. That was not going to work.
Nothing
for you.
was good.
No, I forgot about the Special K diet.
Yeah, Special K. Well,
And they had the jean lady with the
which is also
tape
kind of
measure
similar
on the box.
Yes, but to Jared, that freaking pervert and his big pants that he would drop on Subways.
Yes.
Subway's commercials. So anyway, so SlimFast.
Drop it on Subway.
He does drop it on Subways if
Yeah,
you
he does.
Only
the
if there's little boys on it.
documentary
Yeah, exactly.
is to be believed. Wasn't it like kiddie porn too? He was like a real fucker.
Oh, yeah.
SlimFast though was fucked up for me. It was like kind of what we talked about Lean Pocket, where my mom would do like
Yep.
SlimFast and I would drink it like just as a drink, but it was a meal replacement.
Yeah. Well, do you remember when it first
They were
came
like
out? Because
chocolate.
When I was really young, because they were milkshakes, but they came in like cans.
Yep.
Yes.
Like where you had to like crack them
And it was
open
like-
like a soup can.
Their packaging and marketing was
supreme.
perfect.
And then
So- Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
I tried to be on SlimFast
Yeah,
because
same.
they did kind of like taste good.
Yeah, I actually can picture what they taste like right
Same.
now. It's like a velvety chocolate.
Yes, and
It's so
And
good.
it also, but it
the way they
tastes
pour it in slow mo in
Oh,
the
yeah.
commercials.
Honestly, I would do the
splash it
same.
into the glass.
so thick, but it tastes so different from a milkshake that like, oh, of course it's healthy because it doesn't take it tastes
Well, 'cause
exactly
it's-
like ice cream.
It doesn't have the consistency of a milkshake.
No, but-
it's like also so thin.
but it still tastes delicious. So,
was
but
delicious.
it was so like in your brain, like, oh, this must be healthy because it doesn't taste like the bad thing I know tastes like this.
Totally. Well, so what happened with me, if I recall correctly, with SlimFast is like you, I pretended to try it.
Yeah.
And the whole premise was you drink it for 2 meals, breakfast and lunch.
Yep.
And then you can have a hearty ass dinner.
You can have dinner.
So first what would happen is I would like follow it for a day. Then the hearty dinners became like 3 meals in one. Then I was like, well, I'll just eat like a little snack a little earlier. And then I was just having SlimFast on the side. Yeah. So it
was just like
really
drinking SlimFast with my meals.
It didn't work for me. I can't drink my meals. That's why I don't like soup. Like there's a mental game.
No,
for me.
have you ever done a juice cleanse?
Oh my God. Do you remember when those were a thing? I should have done those.
Because
and Colonics were popular at the same time, and I did both, and it was fucking disgusting.
Honestly, I kind of liked the Colonics, and I did them more recently
hated the Colonic.
than that.
It felt like I was having stomach pains from diarrhea for a whole hour.
No, it's so it's so painful.
It hurts,
but afterwards, didn't you feel so good?
Gonna hurt. No, because I was like doubled over.
Oh my God, no! I felt so good afterwards because it does like get rid of like a lot of shit in your body,
like literally.
But my sister was like, she like Googled it, and she's like, you're still 70% full of shit. You know that, right?
Really?
It doesn't get out all of it, so like it takes a long time.
70's a lot though. Were you just being dramatic?
No, it was 70%.
Oh my God!
And then Ben, my brother-in-law, was like trolling me, and he was like, I hear you're still 70% full of shit, Kyle.
Honestly, it's a layup.
But the Colonics I did way more recently, but.
Wait, you did them recently?
Like right before, like last year.
Before your wedding?
I was going to do before my wedding, and
what
then remember I got a migraine?
Yeah.
And I like couldn't go to my appointment because I like got a migraine and I had to go home. Didn't I?
Yeah, you were like stuck on the street.
Yes.
You called me.
Yes.
That was crazy. Yes,
because I was just
you
like,
were
on
like
the
sun.
I was like, I worked out.
Like sat down on the side of the street. I feel like
no, I didn't. I felt like my legs weren't working. Like it was a whole fucking issue. And then I was supposed to go get a colonic, but I had just gone to yoga and I must have been like too dehydrated.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I can't go get my poop sucked out now because like that's a bad idea.
Well, and then we talked about it, and I was like, imagine you like did that and you like loosened up your bowels so much that poop leaked into your wedding dress.
No, like everything's falling out of my body.
That would be my fear.
What does a colonic feel like?
It hurts.
It really hurts.
Do they just like strap a shop vac to your asshole?
Yes, and it's water, so
It's
it like
a
pushes
tube.
it in and out, and it like sucks it out of
Wait,
you.
also, do you know how long ago I got the colonic? When Groupon was a thing. I was like, yes, Groupon, I will take a colonic for 50% off. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was like in a fucking dirty ass like back alley in the city.
No, that was not a safe
one.
one.
I think
Wait, so when you're scrolling through and that Groupon pops up, is it and you see 50% off, you just say, let's go.
Yeah. You know why, though, it came across? I wasn't looking for a colonic, which when I found it, I was like, this is for me. It was at the time when laser hair removal was so big. And I was like, I cannot tell anyone this is what I'm doing. My dad is going to like not give a shit and give me the money. And so I would have to get them at like mega discounts. I was in high school, I think.
It's really, really uncomfortable. And then they want to like talk to you a little bit. And they're like, let me know when it gets too intense. I'm like, it's getting too intense.
And also it's weird because like they put a like drape over your ass, but like you had to see it when you put it in there.
No,
you might as well
you
keep
pull
looking.
my butt cheeks open.
No,
Oh my God.
And then some of them I did it like two or three times, and I went to one different place.
What are you, the colonic queen? Why are you getting so how many times you got to get fucking unplugged?
The first time I did
it. Speaking of fad diets, I think you got to change your dietary.
Somebody's addicted to a colonic.
No, after the first time I did it, I did get a little addicted because you feel lighter and you have like more energy.
Wait, did you ever get into the thing that I never actually did this, but I remember girls would take laxatives all the time.
No.
I never did that, but that
because I don't like pooping.
But you like the shit being literally sucked out of you?
Yes, because it was actually that's why I stopped doing it after the 2 or 3 times, because it's so stressful right afterwards. Because I would do it in the city and then have to take a train home to Connecticut. Like one woman was like, don't put anything in your mouth. If you don't put anything in your mouth, you'll be fine.
Oh, like,
so like I couldn't drink anything, I couldn't eat anything, or else you're gonna
poop your
like
pants.
One time it was real fucking nice. You walk into Grand Central and I almost pooped my pants and was like running to the bathroom in Grand Central.
Wait, that's
insane.
Brian's a lucky man.
I know he really is.
Insane.
Yeah. But that was recently. What was the other thing we were talking about in hand with Colonics?
Juice cleanses.
I used to get the juice cleanse that to me at the time felt so expensive, but it's probably like $150. But they would send it to your house in the cooler.
Yes.
And then it would be like day 1, drink this cucumber thing. And then like you would get into more and more like thick juices by the end.
Yeah.
No good.
No, dude, I did a juice cleanse one time. Mm-hmm. I still lived in West Hartford, so this has to have been 10 years ago. And I was living with my brother, Tom, at the time. Mm-hmm. And I got this whole juice cleanse. It was very expensive. And I was like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to fucking commit. I think it's going to be great. I lasted 1 day, so 4 juices. By the time Tom gets home, I had eaten an entire cheese pizza.
No.
And he was like, this took such a turn.
Wait, that's
Kyle,
so
this is like, and I was
funny.
like, obviously talking to him about it. I was like, I'm doing it just cleanse. Like, this is what we're doing.
Like, don't worry about me.
And
then
he
he
gets
came
home
home to
on
an
day
empty
1,
box.
and it was an empty box of pizza, and me sitting there like guilty as fuck. I like imagined myself with like fucking pizza on my face.
Yeah, grease on your
Greasy,
face.
So
yeah.
funny.
Red
Honestly,
sauce.
the first like 2 days are the worst. I think mine was a 7-day cleanse.
I could never do it. Mine was 3 days. I lasted
Not even 1.
8 hours.
Well, that's the thing is the first 2 days are like actual fucking hell.
Yes.
But then it's kind of like the Colonic though. You get high on it.
Yeah.
You get high on like being so like pure.
Yes, and like light, and you know your body's like relying on what it already has.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
But in contrast, back to SlimFast.
yeah, that was not a juice cleanse.
Yeah, well, listen to this. They had like famous spokespeople who I don't actually know who any of these are, so it must be a little before our time. Early liquid diets triggered FDA scrutiny after several tragic cases, prompting safety warnings.
What are the tragic cases?
I don't know. I didn't go that deep. But anyway, it's probably because you're not fucking eating anything, and what you are putting in your body is disgusting.
Chemicals. It's
oh my God, liquid protein death diets.
oh my god.
Oh my God. 16 deaths in 1977. Oh, SlimFast was later though. It was introduced in 77, right as the crisis was unfolding that other liquid whatever diets were killing people. And it was developed after the recall of earlier liquid diets, but then it focused on creating a safer, more nutritionally balanced product. Unlike the high-risk liquid protein predecessors, SlimFast was marketed as 2 meals replaced by shakes plus a sensible dinner. Sensible being the key
Sensible
word.
being important.
Avoiding the extreme calorie restriction that caused the earlier tragedies. That's still not clear.
Yeah, yeah.
Keep going.
Seriously. Also, it does track that like if they were telling people to just like drink shakes all the time.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Well, your kids actually said to me once where like mommy says like we can't have 2 of something.
Oh yeah,
And
probably.
like I like live by that rule where like if I'm gonna have a bag of goldfish, I'm not gonna have 2 bags of goldfish.
Totally
Like
agree.
I'll just wait until tomorrow. Like for some reason I have it stuck in my brain like that's gonna fucking make the difference.
That's so funny.
But to that point, like if you're having SlimFast shakes all day long, like all you're putting in your body is that same level of garbage.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, that sounds like it could kill you.
Are we talking liquid diets? If they still exist?
SlimFast.
Oh, SlimFast. Because
Yeah.
there's the new liquid diet out, the world's #1 complete liquid diet.
What is it?
It's called Huel
Never heard of
or
it.
Huel, Huel,
Like fuel, but Huel.
I guess.
That's
I have
gross.
no
Oh, wait.
idea.
Also, do you remember that thing that was big with celebrities and it was like the lemon, cayenne pepper,
Yes.
maple syrup thing that like Beyonce used to do and like
Was
would
that
get so
real? I don't remember
skinny?
that.
People would do that. Like there's an Office episode where Kelly Kapoor, Mindy Kaling's
Tries
character,
it?
does it and she's like dead and she's like sweating and her
because she
eyes
hasn't
are...
eaten anything.
Yeah, but like
That's so
Beyonce would do
funny.
it for like days, allegedly, before concerts.
Well, I think it was said that there was like a certain type of reaction those things would have together.
Yes.
That they were trying to
Also a
make-
fallacy.
For
Because you're
sure.
just not putting food in your
No,
body.
some
That's why you
dumb
got
fucking
skinny.
cardiologist,
always.
insert fucking idiot here, told them.
Yeah, that this is
said-
what it's going to do when in reality it's just not calories.
It says SlimFast. It does still exist.
I feel like I've seen it in
But
Walgreens.
when you Google it, the first thing comes up is their website, and
Yeah.
it still exists. But then the first thing is the most Googled thing is SlimFast any good for losing weight? And the answer says no. SlimFast
Clearly.
messes your system even more.
Great.
That tracks though.
How are they still alive?
It's like the
and
same
well?
thing with like fucking Hot Pockets and all that garbage. Is just like there's so much poison,
That's true.
you know?
We love a
and
poison.
like chemicals because they're just doctoring it. And it's like we thought that if it just was low calorie, that equals
Yeah.
at whatever cost it
Yes.
is. But we can put however many dyes and bullshit in there
Yes.
that it's fine because it's only 100 calories. But like that's not how it works.
No, not at all. Well, okay, so on the flip side, going from processed disgustingness is the paleo diet, which also made us see spots, but not because it was poison. It was because we were eating basically nothing. So this one was based on a 1975 book called The Stone Age Diet, which is why people were calling it the Caveman Diet, popularized in the early 2000s by Lauren Cordain. Don't know who that is. But anyway, the whole point was you eat like hunter-gatherers. And I actually remember thinking this, like, would a crazy-looking caveman, like, like find this in the woods?
Ooh,
Like every time I would like go to eat something, I'm like, could a caveman eat this? That's like how I would remind myself.
Well, you are really intense about dieting. So I think you, unlike other people, I don't think other people are thinking like, is this apple something that my caveman could find?
Yes, they are.
I don't think so.
No.
Oh, okay. Well, that's what I was doing. Meat,
yeah.
fish, fruits, vegetables, nuts.
We did it for
Done.
what? We did it for like a month.
I think
6
more than
weeks?
that.
Yeah.
I remember
Meat, fruit, vegetables, nuts.
I lost like
it.
15 pounds.
Yeah, I lost a lot of weight. I lost like 8 pounds in 2 weeks. It was so much weight. And
But
then I
like
was like, I remember being at a happy hour and someone was like, Ginny, you look so skinny. And I was like, I'm so hungry.
Yeah. Well, I was
just need to
literally getting like lightheaded. Like,
Yeah.
and I thought I was dehydrated, but I was crushing water, and I was like, I had to sit down sometimes because like I just didn't have enough fuel.
It's not good.
Yeah.
So the controversies are the evolutionary premise is flawed. Ancient diets varied significantly, and to just like limit it to that is like just stupid.
Right.
And the fact is that
Also,
they
cavemen died at like fucking 30.
Yeah. I think it was more than just about their diet. I think there was a lot of other modern inventions that probably didn't.
Yeah.
Right,
like,
but
they
like-
also died from like the flu.
Right.
yeah, true.
But anyway, the other thing is it didn't include like entire food groups,
Right.
which you were
Right.
missing nutrients that you needed, as Brandon learned, to
Yes.
see straight.
Yes, exactly. exactly.
So that
Didn't
was
we
problematic.
do? We did paleo cookies or something for a family function. At one
Wow,
point.
and they were disgusting.
You and I
though.
made them. They were so.
And
you
everyone
guys
was
do
eating them.
commit. I
We
do love that
Well,
you're.
To be honest, this is like so silly. It's probably my ADHD, which is why they don't last long, and these fad diets are good for me. But I am so competitive and so hyper focused
Yes.
when I'm focused that I don't even just do it. I do it perfectly.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
And really intensely. And it's because you like something to focus on.
I do. And I like to get it right. And I like to pat myself on the back. But then
Yes.
slowly over time, I'm not interested in it anymore.
Yes.
Because I've done it.
I've
Check.
done it. I did it well.
Yeah.
And it didn't work how I wanted it to. So bye. But this is the thing that you do with diets when you've done them perfectly and you're done. I do not do that.
Yeah. What's your MO?
I
You just dabble and make it your own, just like you do when you fucking cook.
I just love to bend the
I
rules.
hate it.
Yeah.
I hate it. And it's
Because
like,
I just don't care
it
to like
irks me.
live by the rules.
right, I know. And even when you're not on a diet, but like you know you shouldn't eat something, you like make new rules to
Yeah, I'm like,
justify
this will
it.
be fun.
Yeah. I took some of this, or I'm gonna.
Or
like,
I did it for breakfast. I can skip it for lunch. I'll do it again for dinner.
It's
It's
like,
fine. Yeah.
Who is driving this car?
I just
the
bend
real question.
everything.
What gremlins are in your fucking
Well, it's also
head?
just a testament to like my lack of self-discipline.
Yeah, of course.
And-
These are, per usual, when these things comes up, personifications of our deep personality quirks. All of
Yeah.
the ways that we operate.
Which is why I suck at dieting, because like I don't really want to diet. I just want
You want the result.
the result, and I don't want to
But
work
then you get
for
too
it.
lazy. Right, exactly.
And it
But
then
still
annoys me when I
comes,
have to like
though.
live inside.
You know
this,
what, though?
know?
You did get on like a pretty consistent exercise kick for a long time.
Yeah, but exercise is different.
True, but you can do it, is my point.
Yes, I
When
can
you
do
care.
it, but it's also like exercise. Like I feel
You're
like,
done after you do it.
and you feel good after you do it. Like I don't necessarily like feel fucking great after eating a bowl of lettuce.
Yeah.
You know, so
a great
like
point.
after a yoga class, my
We need
endorphins
some more
might hit, and I'm like,
instant
yeah,
gratification.
Let's, you know.
That's a good point. So paleo is still in the ether, and particularly in CrossFit culture, which
Ugh, yeah.
tracks. But now
They should
there's
be working out without any carbs.
I agree,
like that.
but here's the thing. This is what it says. It's often adapted with the inclusion of whole grains and dairy for balance.
Everything's adapted because all these people were probably dropping dead with the
right.
original.
You
Totally.
can't not have like a fucking potato and like
No,
work
it's
out
no good.
like a psycho CrossFitter.
It's no good. So I'm going to just hit these two together. But do you remember the cookie diet and then the Subway diet?
I remember the Subway diet. I don't remember the cookie diet.
Okay, there was this cookie diet, which I definitely, like a SlimFast, was just eating the cookies, which were supposed to be meals. But it was dieters consumed specially formulated cookies plus one lean dinner. Lean.
So exactly the same as SlimFast. They just made a cookie instead of a shake.
1,000 to 1,200 calories a day. Limited nutrition, lack of fruits, vegetables, fiber, vitamins. Strict, this says 800 to 1,200 calorie a day, seen as unsustainable. Created or criticized as a fad gimmick. I mean, no shit.
Yeah.
Honestly, people are so dumb, but as I say that, we will definitely look back. We'll be like, Gina, I can't believe you injected yourself with Ozempic.
Right.
So like,
Yeah.
at the time, we were like, yeah, cookies are going to make me lose fucking weight.
Right. Right. They actually do make this. And this chick I used to work with would sit next to me, and she always had these huge protein cookies.
Yes.
And I was like, why would you eat something that dense? Like, I just feel like there's other ways to accomplish what you're wanting, the protein you're wanting to get.
Yeah.
Instead of eating this like monster dense cookie. Like, to me, it just felt like I would feel the weight of it in my stomach. Like, it's just like not what I want.
Agreed. Also, you know what someone once said to me about a Fitbit, and I feel like this is the case about these kind of diets, is like, you only see fat people doing them.
Yeah.
Like only fat people are wearing Fitbits. Like if you're walking enough steps and you're lean.
Yeah.
Like, and if you're eating a cookie and telling yourself that it's a diet, like it's just because you know you don't really want to go on a diet.
Exactly.
Because you're fat.
We're lying. We're all
Yes.
lying to ourselves.
And that's how I felt about the Subway diet. And Subway was so gross, and I was so addicted to it because I would
We
go.
love Subway.
I would go. Yep. Even before college, though, there was one on Fifth Avenue
We
in
would
Brooklyn.
get tuna from Subway.
I would get tuna.
We
my
love
God.
the tuna
Fucking
sandwiches.
disgusting, and they would use that fucking ice cream scoop to take it out.
Yep.
It was so disgusting. So I would get tuna.
Genuinely an ice cream scooper.
It was either the tuna or the Italian combo.
Yep.
Like how smelly
I'd
and
get the
slimy would that
teriyaki,
meat
sweet
be?
onion teriyaki.
Honestly,
Yeah.
that's disgusting. The thought of a fucking
Well, the chicken at Subway was gross. My brother used to get
it
the buff
was
chick all the time,
nasty.
and it was just buffalo chicken, and I
Yeah.
hated ordering a sandwich because there were no toppings.
Wait, do
So
you
they're like-
remember at
Oh,
school?
it was just buffalo chicken and
It was
on
just-
bread?
Yeah, it was chicken, hot sauce on a roll.
Wow.
disgusting.
And I hated ordering it for him. I was like, and my
Disgusting.
mom's like, go get Thomas Subway sandwich. I was like, no, don't make
No,
me.
please
It's
don't
so
make me. It's so
embarrassing.
fucking gross. Well, we had Quiznos on campus.
Yes.
And a fucking squirrel got into the like thing that the bread goes through to like crisp the top. And remember it fried?
Yeah.
And the whole place stunk. And
Yeah.
this fucking heroin addict.
No, the woman there, I used to
serve us
never
'cause
go
he had
there.
tracks on his arm.
No,
remember?
the woman had bad teeth. I hated the woman there. And so I couldn't go there because she grossed me out so much. So everyone's like, do you want to go to Quiznos? I was like, I never want to go to Quiznos because I don't want that woman touching my food.
No, it was so disgusting, but still we did it.
Yeah, but I would prefer to go to Subway any day and get that disgusting fucking tuna. Although now I could never bring myself to do that.
The
How about-
tuna? Oh
yeah.
my God, no.
How alarming was it when it came out that there was like the same like material that's in yoga mats was in the bread at Subway?
Yeah.
Wait, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
And wasn't there like a huge controversy over the tuna not being real?
I actually could vomit on this microphone.
No, I read that about
Don't
Subway.
say anymore. We
Okay.
need to get off this.
Okay.
How crazy is it that we just talked about a diet where the spokesperson went to jail for being a child molester and that wasn't the high point of the conversation? Like, that's fucking crazy.
That was not the worst thing
That
we
wasn't
heard.
even close to what disgusted us.
Yeah.
Okay, there is, and studies show that there is no drop in Subway patronage after this stupid diet and the Fogel scandal. People are still like, fuck yeah, give me tuna.
What about
at
the
Subway.
yoga mat stuff?
Nope.
They did say on CBS, this was 2014. Wow, this was 10 years ago.
They might have workshopped there.
They came out and said, there's no more yoga mat chemicals in our bread.
no more, guys.
No more.
We took them out.
Just
And now our bread gets
forget
stale
that
just like
last
every
time.
other bread.
Forget that last time. So yeah, those were the big ones. The other ones that I didn't go super deep on were, well, we should talk about Weight Watchers really quick.
Yeah.
Because Weight Watchers still to this day is around, even though they
No,
just
it's
went
not.
bankrupt.
Yeah, they went bankrupt. I
Yeah,
thought they
so-
are closed their doors.
I thought Katie was still doing it.
She is doing
Well,
it.
you also can still do it without
But
it
she's
being
on
a
the
company.
app. Like the app works. So
Oh,
they can't
okay.
be dead. Unless
I thought that's what we looked up and it was done.
I think they're just bankrupt, but it doesn't mean that, well, yeah, they'll close their doors eventually, I guess. I
Well,
don't
also
really know.
the thing with Weight Watchers that like I think they had a hard time. Obviously, they marketed their food like everyone else and their snacks and stuff like that. But like
Yeah.
they didn't gatekeep as much as like once you learned the point system.
Well, actually, yes. But so this is how early, and this is definitely my mom trying it and me getting in there. Do you remember when we were younger, it was they sent you a whole set of books?
Yes.
And you had to physically look up each thing
Yes.
you were eating. And it
Oh
would be
my
like red,
God.
orange, yellow categories
Yeah.
based on how bad the points were by category. And then you would find that thing, and then you would physically in like a little
like
booklet
punch in the number.
Right. your
down your numbers.
numbers.
Yeah. And you only got what? Like depending on what you were trying to lose, it was like 20, 25 points a day.
It was, yeah, that's probably about right.
And so my sister,
But you would have an extra bucket for the week that you could like sprinkle.
yes, exactly.
So
you
it was
have like a bonus.
If you fuck
area.
up early though, the amount of anxiety for the rest of the week, you're like,
You're
I
done
have
for.
no spare points, because when things would go not exactly as planned and you'd find yourself out for a dinner, you're like, fuck, I need the extra points.
Yes, exactly.
That's
You
similar.
can't use them erroneously.
That's similar to like when I started doing fantasy football. It wasn't on an app. You'd have to keep all the points.
That's insane. That's like counting balls
Just
and
like
strikes at
writing
a
it down.
fucking baseball game.
No,
Oh,
yes.
the people that pull out the scorekeeping thing.
Like, it's just so crazy
just
that
think
that's
it
how
was-
we kept track at the time.
Yes, that is insane.
I forgot
But it's
about
also
it.
crazy that now looking back on it, that we participated in a lot of these when we were in high school and stuff where like diet culture was like I feel like you wouldn't be like, yeah, Charlotte, go on a diet.
I would never.
You know what I mean? So like I remember my mom, I think, knew that me and my sister would fail because we have no self-control. But like, I remember when my mom was like, yeah, you can do Weight Watchers with me. And
Yeah,
Allie
I did Weight Watchers with my mom. I
Allie
remember.
ate her points for breakfast.
Yeah,
she had
but-
2 bagels and was like, oh, I'm not supposed to eat. I'm done with this diet.
Yeah, I thought those points were just allotted for each meal.
Yes. So
Yeah.
Allie ate all her points for breakfast
That's
with
so
2 bagels. And I
funny.
remember her being like, no, I'm not doing this. And I
but weren't
tried.
You guys were
I
like
would
doing
try.
swim and burning
No, and I was
thousands of
running,
calories.
like
Yeah, I was playing
field
sports
hockey
too.
practice and like all that
Although
shit.
my
was
sports weren't long distance anything.
Yeah,
so.
you stood at third base.
I
And
did.
Just
I was,
trotted,
I was more of a
and just-
short sprint kind of
and
ally.
just trotted around the bases when you hit a home run.
Oh my God.
But
yeah.
we were also young and had fast metabolisms. It's just like, that it's that thing we've talked about before where don't you wish you like
knew how good your metabolism and life
like
was.
how skinny you were when you thought you were fat?
My grandma would try to fatten me up. She would used to, every time she was over, she's like, we got to put some meat on those bones. Because I was on the ice like 6 or 7 days
I
a
kind of
week.
do that with Charlotte though. I always like let her eat some.
She would
extra
make me
shit.
these massive milkshakes with ice cream and vitamin D milk. Like they were
Ew.
massive and
By
thick.
the way, when he
trying to
says
fatten me up.
vitamin D, he means whole milk. Do you know that? That's a
No.
weird thing to call it.
I also was like, doesn't milk just have vitamin D in it?
Right. He means whole milk. Isn't that such a weird thing?
Yeah, it's just whole milk.
Well, in Pittsburgh.
Who says vitamin D?
Pittsburgh people.
I think it's literally just branded milk. Like, I think it says like basically like made with vitamin D on it, but because
But
it's
all
whole
milk is.
right, but because it's whole milk,
It has
doesn't
more.
but it doesn't have any other
Sounds better.
signal on
Yeah.
what it is because it's like this is just the real stuff.
Yeah.
But it's like
Straight
it
from the
contains
udder,
vitamin
baby.
D, so he calls it vitamin D.
No, it's just whole milk.
Yeah,
Well, skim milk is water.
or it's just the skim. What, by the way, what does skim mean? Because to me, it's like slim, but like skim. What does it mean?
The nitty gritty, bits and pieces.
What?
I just thought they skimmed the fat out.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's kind of like how you thought going ham was like eating a ham. I don't
I'm
think
always
it
wrong
is.
about these things.
I
yeah.
don't think it is.
Just
You
like
know?
sloppily eating a
Yeah,
ham.
like skim. What's the origin of the word skim milk?
Because like 1%, but the reason is because I feel like my logic is sound because 1% is 1% fat, 2% fat, whole fat.
Right, but that's what
And
I'm
then
saying.
skim is skimmed fat.
Okay, well, you're wrong. Well, not exactly. Skim milk comes from the process of skimming the cream off the top of whole milk.
Skimming the fat.
Homogenization.
Yep, nice.
Let's cut that one.
No, actually, I needed you to work through that.
Before
Homophones?
homogenization, when milk sat in a container, the cream/fat would naturally rise to the top.
I'm absolutely right.
That's fucking gross.
I didn't know the mechanics of it, but
Wow.
skimming the fat is actually correct. What I just
Can you
said.
do me a favor while you're on there? Can you look up vitamin D milk and see what comes up?
Why do some people say vitamin D milk? Because they're stupid. Great question. The term vitamin D milk is used for historical and nutritional reasons. Vitamin D almost always means whole milk that has been fortified with vitamin D.
Right.
It's not all whole milk.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Most milk is fortified by law,
Yeah.
but not all of it. Okay?
But yeah, maybe the
I feel like-
moonshiner milkers.
I feel like you guys switched what side of the argument you were on.
No, I'm saying vitamin D is stupid, and he's trying
She
to
said
say
vitamin D.
boom.
I'm the only one that calls it, but it literally, if you Google it, every single image of a whole milk thing says vitamin D milk
Okay,
on it.
since vitamin D was most often added to whole milk, the kind with all the fat left in, people did start referring to it as vitamin D milk. This helps set apart from skim milk or 2% milk, which were often seen as more diet or less complete.
I feel like still like
You'll often see a gallon labeled as vitamin D milk / dash whole milk dash pasteurized dash homogenized.
And seen.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that people say that word out loud.
I also think that like it was vitamin D milk when it was like invented, old man.
That's
you know,
what I'm
so
saying.
like
That's
I
what
just
I'm
don't
saying.
think like it's
Get
in
out
the
of here.
vernacular.
Stop twisting. Don't get it twisted.
Anyway, do you want to
whatever.
quiz me?
Producer's right. Just say he's right. Oh, real quick too.
No, we're
Jenny
never
Craig.
gonna
We
do
didn't
that.
talk about Jenny Craig.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know if you guys knew it, but it just they just closed their doors after 40 years.
Okay, that's what we were just saying before, I think.
And they were different because they sent you meals.
Yeah.
And didn't they have gyms?
You said that last time, and I feel like we looked it up, and I don't remember the answer.
I remember they had a banger of a jingle too, and their phone number 1-800-94-JENNY.
Is that what it was? Why did you know that so quickly?
Because he's called it a lot.
Yes, they did operate physical centers, but they
never pulled the trigger.
They had centers. Oh, that's the other thing. Sorry, one more thing about Weight Watchers. And again, I never did this, but I remember my mom, and I would emulate it, but then I wouldn't do this part. She would go to a meeting to weigh in.
Oh yeah, you had to weigh-ins. Yeah, weigh-ins.
Yes.
I forgot about that because my mom would go too with her friend.
Yes,
they would go to their weight
accountability buddies.
Yes,
like two fatties coming to see their progress.
Accountability buddies.
Yeah, isn't that what they are?
No,
you never heard that?
I'm laughing at you saying, here comes two fatties.
Just coming to see what this week brings. So yeah, at Jenny Craig, they had that. It was like weigh-ins, weight loss coaching. This was at their centers. It wasn't just a gym. It was
Did you have to do the weigh-ins in front of everybody? Imagine standing on a scale.
I've never been to one, but I pictured it that way.
I pictured it like Alcoholics
making weight.
Boo.
I pictured it like Alcoholics Anonymous or like The Biggest Loser, like ding ding. Yes. This is the other funny thing. It says that at the centers, they would distribute prepackaged Jenny Craig meals. Don't you think of people like coming to the shelter, like grabbing food off the table? Like it's just like so like savage.
Yes.
Just coming in and just grabbing your Jenny Craig meals and running out. And I remember it is so silly.
In the ads though, the food, like they made it like quote unquote look really good. Mm-hmm. And it was like the chocolate cake. You can sell chocolate cake on this diet, and then you taste it, and it's cardboard.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think my mom ever ordered the Jenny Craig stuff.
I don't remember my mom ordering it either. Must not have
been. I feel
like
that was like a weird commitment too, because like sending food to the home, I think was a bridge too far for some.
Yeah. Well, here's another one. Remember NutriSystem?
Yeah.
Oh,
so that one, they would send you the portion things. Oh, that just reminded me. Do you remember the Medi weight loss I used to go to? I used to go get fucking vitamin B shots in my ass. And then they would give me these crazy fucking like mixes. Do you remember this?
Yes.
And then I would have to like fucking hunt down these centers, and they would tell me they were doctors, and they would just shoot me with vitamins. And for some reason, it was always vitamin B in my ass, and it always bruised my ass. I was literally like getting run over by a car. You know, I would come home and look insane.
You know who else used to get vitamin B shots in their ass? Was that like dictator from Africa? Like, what was his name? Like Idi Amin or whatever. And there's that movie that him and James McAvoy's in.
Right.
And he would
like
he was almost like addicted to it because it would make him like insanely energetic.
You are right.
So you and a horrific dictator, one and the same.
Honestly, that feels like right up my alley.
You are kind of a dictator.
I truly
Rules
have
with an
tried
iron fist.
so many. And sorry, last thing I'll say, and then you should quiz me. It's not like I even dabble in the cheap ones.
No,
I'm like,
you're committed.
Putting up as much to buy a house. And like, I'll lose a couple pounds. Yeah. And then I'll like feel good for a minute, and then I will spiral.
You like walk up and you're like, here, I'm going to slide this blank check under this thing.
You tell me how much you want.
Just get me skinny.
Make me skinny and see you on the other side.
And then enter Ozempic.
Thank you for your service.
It was as easy as that.
Well, it's just cheating.
Yeah.
It's actually almost feels like not good because I can't compete like the rest.
Let's do part 2 of this in our 2000th episode in like 10 years.
And see what Ozempic
Ozempic and the other 6 ones that you do after Ozempic.
Yeah, well, I never got into intermittent fasting. Brandon got into that one.
I did that for like
that one was like a recent one. They're still around.
You told me it was bad for my heart. That's why I stopped.
Yeah. So you want to quiz me?
Yes, I do.
Okay,
so I did some Gen Z diet trends.
Okay.
And I might have some explanations for some of them if we don't know what they are.
Okay, great.
I did effort that this
Wow,
time.
I'm so proud of you.
Not all of them. Let's just not get too excited.
So let's hope that we both don't know the same ones.
Yes, exactly. Okay. What is nature's cereal?
Honey.
Kashi.
No.
Do you remember when Kashi was a thing? That was another brand I went nutty on.
Yeah.
What?
So it's like kind of like TikTok-y vibes, I think. So do you want me to just tell you? Or do you want
just tell me.
Okay, so it's a bowl of fruit, coconut water, and ice.
Oh, I've heard about this.
Made famous by Lizzo on TikTok. Nature's cereal. All right, why did berberine go viral on social media?
What is berberine?
What's a berberine?
It's like, I think one of those like fucking, new age words that people love, like something that's in, you know.
Pass.
Yeah, give us a multiple choice.
A, it boosts brain power. B, it's natural caffeine replacement. C, it was dubbed nature's Ozempic.
Nature's Ozempic. I've heard that, but I don't know what that means.
It became popular for being marketed without solid scientific backing as a natural alternative to weight loss drugs like Ozempic. I don't know why.
That's crazy.
I know.
But see, it's still happening. You could literally say anything.
But it's also like in like diet pills that they give you, and it's just like this thing like,
oh, that's
eats your
another
fat.
fad. Do you remember the bee pollen? My cousin Madeline, me, and Aunt Lucia would fucking order that shit from China. It was like, would pump me up like I was on fucking steroids.
Yeah, no, it was
And
so
they
bad
only
for you.
and there's only bee pollen in China.
Well, yeah, and I would like shit my pants.
It's
It was
illegal
horrible.
in the United States.
I gotta
So
talk to Madeline
crazy.
about that. Madeline's pretty bad about this shit too.
That's
Shout out
really
Madeline.
fucking funny because she's perfect.
She is perfect, which is why when she does a trend, I do a trend.
Right.
But it seems to be working better for her. Okay, keep going.
What food went viral for supposedly balancing hormones? I love that all of this is bullshit, by the way.
I know. Balancing hormones. That kind of reminds me of like the pH bullshit you were saying before.
I know. Do you want
I want some multiple choice.
A, chia pudding, B, raw carrot salad, C, sea moss gel, D, celery juice?
I think it's the first.
Yeah.
No, it's actually raw carrot salad.
Wait, what?
Yeah. What is the main claim behind sea moss gel?
The fuck is sea moss gel?
A, improves eyesight. B, acts as a natural sunscreen. My dad had these gummies, sea moss
Okay.
gummies. D, boosts immunity and gut health. D, replaces
That one, because that's all we care about these
C.
days.
Yes, you're absolutely right. It's considered a superfood. That can
That's
improve
another thing. Your
digestion.
microbiome and your
Yes,
fucking
all these
gut.
words that we just started
Also,
inventing.
you should see how many TikToks I'm served about the diets I need to go on to lower my cortisol.
Yes.
I'm like,
Oh my
I'll
God,
just
I
take
don't-
a fucking pill.
That's what I mean.
Like,
Or
I don't
like-
need to worry this
Or
hard.
a deep breath.
There's-
Also, everything is as a result of cortisol. So it's like, do you wake up at exactly 2 a.m. every night? I'm like, yeah. Who doesn't? They're like, do you have like puffy, like right in your jowls?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, I
so
do.
what? And they're like, that is your
Are you talking
cortisol.
out loud to your
It's
TikTok?
so annoying.
Well, this is the thing is like we've started to invent things
Yeah.
that we can solve with all these natural remedies that don't actually work that you're just paying for.
Well, do you know now how much I do at night? Gua sha, fucking mouth tape. Like, it's just
The
like,
mouth tape
I'm
thing's
still
absurd.
gonna have.
She
I
puts
know I look like
she
a
puts
serial
a big
killer.
wad of like pink duct tape on her mouth.
Yeah, but he still tries to talk to me, so I'm like, hold on.
It's like 8:30, and I
It's
have
so
questions
rude.
like, "How was your day?" She's like,
well, that
you
was
could,
not pertinent.
Feel her through
Well,
her
and
nose.
also he like puts the TV on, so I'm like, okay, we're done talking.
Yes.
So then I put it on, and then he like has all these thoughts when he's like finally with his thoughts, and it's like, well, couldn't you have done that when we were eating dinner? And I was like,
And she takes a
prepared to
deep
speak?
breath through her nose.
Yeah,
and
because it's annoying,
rips
and
the
honestly,
tape
it
off and
loses the
answers and
stickiness.
sticks the tape
Must
back
be why
on.
it's not working.
Oh my God. Which diet fad focuses heavily on digestive cleansing using chia seeds?
Oh, give me choices.
A, you want to go on it? Yeah. A, clean keto. B, internal shower drink.
Ew.
C, smoothie detox. D, moon water cleanse.
Smoothies. Do you put them in smoothie?
No, it's B. The internal shower trend involves drinking water with chia seeds and lemon, hyped for promoting digestion and reducing bloating.
In the shower?
I feel like, no, not in, it's like internally washing out your body.
Oh, I thought you had to drink it in the shower. I was like, what a twist.
That's something I could get on board
You know
with.
what? Honestly, though, this is how they get you because it's so absurd. Sometimes you're like,
What a
that has
twist.
to have come from somewhere.
There has to be science
Like
to
the
that.
weirder, the more
must need to
likely
seem
I
like, I
am
don't know.
to. Yeah, just tell me to eat fucking chicken and salads, and I'm not buying it. Tell me to drink
really
chia
funny.
seeds under the running water, and I'm in.
What does the clean girl aesthetic have to do with diet fads?
Your skin is clear.
Yeah, it's
Was I right?
It's minimalist.
Yeah,
Yeah, so that's the vibe.
yeah.
Like Pam Anderson.
Ooh,
Yes.
that's a little too minimal. Did you see that? Like, no one fucking recognized her at the Met. People were introducing themselves to her because she was so fucking ugly.
Yes.
And like not ugly, she's beautiful, but like to them, they couldn't fathom that
Well,
some old lady came with no makeup.
Can I just say that her skin is great? She just doesn't have eyebrows. Like just,
yes,
just paint it on, and then her face will
No,
look
she doesn't
perfect.
want them. She doesn't want.
No,
any
I
makeup.
understand, but it's the one thing you should
what
do.
she's missing is
Totally.
eyebrows.
It's like It looks like she just doesn't have eyebrows. All right, I have two more questions. Why is Gen Z obsessed with high protein versions of everything?
Because it keeps you full for longer.
It's actually all of the above. It's a trend on TikTok. It supports muscle gains and
Satiety.
Satiety? I like satiation better.
No,
Satiated?
I'm satiated.
But satiety.
Insatiated.
satiety.
And then it's seen as healthier than carbs. Those are all the reasons they fucking are obsessed with high protein life.
I can fuck with fiber and protein.
And then what is the potential downside of Gen Z's obsession with, quote, natural or functional foods?
Besides that, it's annoying to get things
This
together.
is why you are a problem person.
Yeah, I'm just so gullible.
It can replace essential meals.
Oh, yeah.
It can spread misinformation.
Okay.
Not all claims are backed by science.
None of them are. Actually, none of them are.
Yeah. So my final thoughts are...
Yeah, tell me.
Diet culture has not changed. The language has.
Ooh, profound.
But am I not right? Because all of this bullshit...
We just proved it with the most recent things that we've been dabbling in.
Yes.
So, like, it's still
and all
happening.
of it's just, like, new heady words that are just, like... We just weren't as
We're just like elitist
fancy
about it now.
Exactly. And like we talk down to you and like this is natural and like now you need this fucking
it's so well because everything is bad
vitamin
for you.
this.
Okay, keep going. That's your final thoughts.
It. My final thoughts.
My final thoughts are to your point, like bring it on. The more the merrier, baby. Like let's just keep trying and experimenting.
To be clear, that was not my point.
No, I was building on like you made a point. Now it's my turn.
Oh, okay.
So, no, it was as you were saying about me.
No, I was saying that diet culture...
I'm the person that they're selling to. And I'm saying, verdad, true. that is me, and I want more.
I just think we're pretending now that we're better at diets than we were then, and I think they just made it sound fancier than it was, but it's all the same bullshit.
I agree. That's why I said the intermittent fasting was another one that was recent. It was like, oh, now you got to be elitist about
Well, I mean, like
when
Adam
you
Sandler
eat
did it, and he looks great.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah. I read this whole article about Adam Sandler intermittent fasting.
See, where do you find the time? Who's reading articles
like
anymore?
Fucking
Number one.
Star Magazine in the grocery store. Leave me alone.
For me, it's got to have a manly name to do it. Caveman diet and intermittent fasting.
I don't think intermittent fasting is manly, but caveman.
The word mitt is in it, which is used in baseball.
I see how you got there.
He had to dig deep for that one, though. That was to me, it's mitten.
Intermittent fasting.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's really funny. Okay, so that's it. Until next time. That was so fun.
Yeah.
We were backed up a little.
Yeah.
Like you before your colonic. On that note, we are the mustiest, dustiest, crustiest millennials you ever did see. Bye.
It's just like a dead zone.
It is. But it's kind of like what you said. Like at some point, you kind of forget what age things happen.
Yes.
It's all like a decade.
There's too many years to reckon with, you know?
Yeah. I didn't even know that he was at a party that, in my mind, happened in college.
Yeah. Same.
I'm like, you know that
I don't
guy?
think he was there.
I was there.
He's so certain.
It was a mansion. It was you and me.
Yeah.
It was Kyle. It was Mara. There was Claire.
Claire was there.
Claire was there.
Yeah, and all of us are in pictures
Wait, didn't
except
we go
you, so it feels not real.
I took the pictures.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that's right. Actually, that's why we were all in them together.
Actually, that's such a good
Finally,
point.
we had one, all of us. Thank you, Brandon. But that also must have been when you guys first started dating.
Must have.
Oh, I toughed that one out. All those kids were douchebags.
Total
And we
douchebags.
cut that. Okay, so
Well, not the
Brandon,
ones we mentioned.
we didn't say any. We weren't on the mic.
Exactly.
Right.
I think it's vague enough.
Sure.
Either way, now cut it.